drowning. You haven't done that for like 20 years.
Finally.
Help me.
Hello, I'm Chris.
And I'm Tom.
You're watching That Review Show. Tom, what are we talking about today?
It was about at that time in my life that I realised that Sex and the City was a movie that Chris and I would have to watch together.
So Tom, what is the plot of Sex and the City 2?
Carrie Bradshaw, having been married to Big at the end of Sex and the City 1, the movie, is settling into married life just badly. Her and Big start going through problems, and they have to overcome them by her going to Abu Dhabi and cheating on him, which he then rewards her for. There's a brief synopsis.
Yeah, so she meets up with Aidan, who, if you're a follower of the TV series like we are, you'll know that
Thom.
she and Aidan were engaged around season 3-4, I think, and then they broke it off because she cheated on Aidan with Big, actually.
Oh, really? Is that what the problem was?
Yeah. Well, that's why they got engaged. She cheated on Aidan with Big, and then Aidan proposed, and it turned out that he just wanted to kind of keep her close, sort of thing.
So it was a sort of manoeuvre.
He went a bit mental, like, marry me now, just marry me now. And then she was like, oh my God, you don't trust me. And he was like, why? Just because you slept with your ex while I was away for 3 days?
Because she's not very good at that.
No.
Why is it always Aidan?
Poor Aidan. Anyway.
Poor Aidan?
So yeah, the plot of Sex and the City 2 is basically, like you say, they have an argument, her and Big, and so she goes to Abu Dhabi with her and her friends, and then what happens? In fact, what happens before they go to Abu Dhabi?
Oh, there's a whole half an hour of gay wedding. And I say gay wedding, and not just wedding, because the movie does it, all the time.
Yeah, so we've actually reviewed this once already.
Let's go.
But Tom made me drink the Sex and the City 2 drinking game, which meant that when we reviewed it, we were both
back the other way.
A little bit off it.
Alright, I should never have made you watch this horrible, bloody movie.
You should never have hit record on anything, that's the problem.
No, it's alright. You can be cool. You can be cool, right? Well, and one of the rules was you drink when they say gay wedding. God, it was hard.
That's the reason I was so drunk, because about 25 minutes in, I drank 3 cans of beer because they say gay wedding so often.
Montage.
Here come the gays.
The gay wedding.
Gay wedding.
The gay wedding.
Gay wedding.
Gay wedding.
Gay wedding. Gay wedding. Gay wedding.
We were struggling to figure out what the plot, or what the point of the gay wedding was in the plot. And then about 3 days after we watched the film, I figured it out and called you because I was so excited.
Yes, I remember.
So the gay wedding seems to be completely pointless until Big upsets Carrie, because on their anniversary, she buys him a watch and he buys her a TV to watch in bed. Now, granted, that's a bit of a crappy present, but the film sets up the reason he bought it as being quite nice, because when they're at the gay wedding...
just call it a wedding, all right? We don't have to keep calling it a gay wedding.
There's a scene where Samantha's having sex with the waiter on the room on one side of theirs.
I think it's a concrete layer.
Baby's crying in the next room, and it's so loud that Big says, let's turn on the TV for some white noise.
Oh, yeah.
They see a black and white film, and he's like, hey, this is something from my era, ha 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 ha, and they snuggle up and watch this film, and it's all lovely, and then he buys her the TV, and is like, hey, look, we could, next time, we can stay in our own bed and watch black and white movies together. And then she's like, Q, I bought you Cartier, you
Do you want to be the one? You really don't like Carrie. Do you want to be the one that does the
minesweeping?
Yeah, well, I do this.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
No, but essentially that is it.
That is it, yeah.
He buys her TV for quite a nice reason, and that really annoys her. So then Samantha's met some guy from Abu Dhabi, and she's like, oh, let's go to Abu Dhabi together, just the girls.
You Overwatch. A guy's shooting the poster for his movie.
Oh, yeah.
And he invites her to go to Abu Dhabi where he is doing that.
Yeah, Smith, Samantha's ex, who she broke up with in the first film for no good reason whatsoever. Yeah, he's gone back to Abu Dhabi to shoot the poster for the film he was in, because they couldn't do that on a green screen.
Oh, was it Smith?
Yeah, it's Smith.
Oh, that's Smith, isn't it? Yeah. Right, cool.
Yes, they have to take this photo on set, or on location, I should say, in Abu Dhabi.
The Photoshop doesn't exist in Sex and the City.
But he's not even there with them.
Yes, it does. Sorry.
He just phones them up and says, "Oh, I'm in Abu Dhabi, therefore you could be in Abu Dhabi too," without me being involved in the film anymore.
Samantha plus Abu Dhabi. Hilarity!
So yeah, the first half hour of the film leads up to Big buying a TV and them having an argument about it.
So that they can go to Abu Dhabi and have a shake problem.
And then, how long is this film? Because they're then in Abu
2.5
Dhabi.
hours.
It is, isn't it?
It feels its length.
140 minutes. So, oh Jesus.
Careful!
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I got those ones. Now, where are we off to? Oh, I better.
So the first half hour is pointless,
Recon.
and then the next hour and 20 minutes is pointless, and then the last, 20 minutes or so is pointless.
Yeah?
Like you say, she comes back to Big, she meets Aiden in Abu Dhabi, obviously, because why not?
Because why not?
And then they kiss, and he's like, "Oh, I still love you even though I'm married and I have a kid."
She tells her friends, they're all like, "Oh my god!" Then she tells him.
She tells Big,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Oh," and then when she gets home to Big, he's bought her a
Black diamond.
Oh, black diamond.
To remind her that she's married.
to remind her that she belongs to him.
Why a black diamond? Because she's soiled property.
Shall we discuss redeeming features?
Should we just discuss everything we hated?
Well, okay, Sex and the City 2. I'm done.
No, it's the cultural imperialism, right?
Yeah. It's just a weird film. Like, I was expecting there to be a lot more product placement, because that's
almost
what...
none.
Where are you getting your information?
From Suzanne Summers and her team of doctors.
I'll get you a copy. It's a revelation.
You're taking medical advice from the woman who invented the thigh master?
Damn right. Have you seen my thighs?
There's a bit of Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, but
Not
nothing...
as much as the first film.
Yeah, the first film...
Louis Vuitton bag!
There's a shot where Carrie and Big walk into their new apartment, and the shot literally follows her shopping bag before it tilts up to show their faces.
Was that in this film? Or?
No, that's in the first one.
Yeah, right.
This one was fairly sort of toned down by comparison, although I'm assuming Abu Dhabi funded like 80% of it or something.
No, shot in Turkey. Abu Dhabi would not have them because of the content in the film.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah. I know this because I listened to the Worst Idea of All Time podcast, which is why I suggested we do this movie. Two very good New Zealand comics. I would really recommend the Worst Idea of All Time podcast to anyone.
Interesting. So, yeah, so no product placement. Not even the location that they were supposed to be in. No story. I guess they just knew that they'd get enough money from the film itself. Because let's face it, it's not that they desperately wanted or needed to tell the story of the girls a few years later.
Michael Patrick King had to tell this story. I wonder if it was his idea, like, fully to have the gay wedding thing to sort of push the gay agenda, but it's not necessary, mate. We're all already there, you know. Like,
well, not all of us, perhaps,
not all
but
of
the
us,
more
but
enlightened of
anyone
us.
watching this movie
But
is going to be fine with that.
all I can say is thank God they did that gay wedding scene, because it gave us an opportunity to see Liza Minnelli singing "If You Like It, Then You Should Have Put a Ring on It." Which,
Oh, it also broke up the pace a little bit nicely because it needed that.
well, that's the thing. It broke up the pace before there was even pace to break up.
It grounded the ship before the flipping thing set sail.
It's just an odd film. Like I say, the content... And I mean, I've watched all of Sex and the City. It's sort of entertaining, you know, the story. I liked Samantha's story in the last few seasons because she was the promiscuous one, but she eventually settled down with Smith and she got cancer, and it was in... I've always preferred Samantha.
Some steaks.
Yeah, because she's not a horse, an idiot, or a reptile.
Is that what the three...
Yeah.
Reptile, I've forgotten that. While we were watching the movie, Chris had a full-on Miranda meltdown. You just started, like, doing raptor impressions every time she spoke.
It was a pterodactyl, thank you very much.
Pterodactyl. That's technically a former raptor, I guess.
But yeah, just Samantha's the most interesting one, and they ruined her in the first film because they couldn't let her have a boyfriend because that's not Samantha-y enough. So she had to break up with Smith.
Sorry.
In the most stupid way possible. Actually, can I just briefly talk about the first Sex and the City movie?
Yeah, this guy is terrible at close range.
Just that one scene where Smith... So Smith has been amazing, right? Smith has stuck with Samantha through all her rubbish.
Yeah.
He's stuck with her through cancer. But then in the first film, they needed to make her break up with him because... Sorry, I shouldn't have moved
No,
it.
do you see what I was doing?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like five-finger filler. Sorry.
They needed her to break up with him so that she could go back to being the promiscuous one. And the way they started that off was she's waiting for him on their anniversary, I think it is, or Valentine's or something, and she's draped in sushi.
Yeah, that's fun. It's kind of dumb, but fun.
But he gets home like 2 hours later than he said he would.
Yes.
And she's like, "Why are you home so late? I've spent the whole day lying covered in sushi." And his response to that is, "Come on, it's no big deal." And it's like, hang on.
Why is he suddenly turned horrible?
Yeah, Smith should be apologetic for that because that's his character. But they're like, no, we need her to break up with him, so let's make him into a dick.
You were talking about this off camera before, and you said something about Big doing the same in the series.
With the dominoes.
Right. Okay.
Are you okay?
Oh my god. You're burning up. Here, come on, let's get you in bed.
You're an angel, you know that.
Nah, I'm just doing my job.
I'm serious. Excuse me.
It was a shift imperceptible to anyone but me.
Now, I guess that's just the lazy writing thing, isn't it? It's like if we want to create tension between the characters, we're just going to have the guy be an asshole.
Yeah.
You know, they're always the one in the wrong. You know, Carrie, even though she's flawed, is never bad. You know.
Which, to be fair, in the series, she does admit sometimes that she's been a bit mental and gone over the top.
Well, yeah. Regardless, let's not get too much into these as people. Let's think more along the lines of
Objects.
The writing. I mean, the writing in
Mannequins.
Sex and the City 2, having Samantha facilitated to be essentially a sex maniac is good, because it actually means there's some fun in the film. Like the whole stuff with her filleting a... do you remember filleting a shisha pipe?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
That was hilarious.
And the guy standing up with a boner. Well, at least it was something to watch, you know? It was like, I haven't seen this in a movie before, and it created some of the tension with her in the culture. Unfortunately, that does push forward the whole cultural imperialist thing. It's like, we commit crude sex acts in public. Everyone else is in the wrong.
God bless America.
You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, Abu Dhabi, they're so over the top. No, you don't do that anywhere.
Yeah.
Quite.
Quite.
Yeah, so... Yeah. This film does have real stakes.
Go on.
Well, when she's done too much bad sex things in public and upset the authorities, they've got to leave Abu Dhabi.
Oh, yeah.
And if they don't hurry, they'll have to go back on economy class. It's not like they won't be able to get home. They'll have to go back. We'll have to travel coach.
Yeah.
That's the big problem.
That is terrifying.
And then they meet lots of women in niqabs who reveal they're wearing Louis Vuitton underneath.
Oh, God, I forgot
Because
about that.
underneath, everyone is an American.
Yeah. Underneath, everyone is a shallow, vapid capitalist consumer. Whoop, whoop.
Louis Vuitton. Yes. And there, in a dried flower shop, halfway across the world, underneath hundreds of years of tradition, was this year's spring collection.
Nom, nom, nom.
God bless the free world. We don't put people behind bars, we put them behind Louis Vuitton.
Just a wall of horrible fashion. Like, most of those dresses they're wearing are awful.
That's the modern prison outfit, my friend.
Should we talk about costume changes in this movie and costumes? Right, you can see on the back of the box here, one set of costumes.
Ah! Don't pick up boxes.
Oh God, sorry. Fubar. Got him. Oh, what was that? Oh, it's my
Your laser
gun
overheating.
off gassing. Whoa, that's so fun. Just sweep them. Sorry, yeah. So they have costume changes like every scene. We know this quite well, don't we, Chris? Because what was the other rule of the drinking game?
So the rule that I had the most issues with was the
Other than gay wedding.
drink for a costume change.
Well, that gave you a steady flow all through the film. It was when Carrie changes costume.
But no, the reason I got annoyed with it was because you were making me drink like when she had got up in the morning in her nightie and then was dressed for the day, and I was like, well, that's fair enough.
That's two costumes. No, because a nightie was always designer.
But it was,
it's still.
yeah, but it's the gratuitous costume changes which annoy you, where she walks off shot in one costume and then comes back in another one.
The whole movie you had them in bizarre outfits. There's one where like flipping Samantha's wearing a Mingland Merciless costume in a nightclub. You remember?
Yes. Oh, is that when they do the wonderful karaoke scene that everyone loved?
Oh, there are some shots in that actually make me cringe. Particularly of you get lots of audience surrogate characters in that scene.
I am strong, I am invincible.
And I hate them all.
Yeah.
I actually hate them all. It's like, look, this is real women. This is the people watching the movie. They're a diverse group of women, and I just want them all to die.
Yeah.
Not all women. Oh God, get back on the shuttle. Right, I think I'm done here. Just horrible. The jokes are bad. What's that one about a sand? Looks like she's got a sand wedge.
Which is a golf club.
Yeah, so she's, one of the characters, I should point out, gets a full frontal wedgie, and then they start cracking jokes, and some of them are just awful.
Charlotte falls into the sand,
She falls off a camel.
and Miranda says,
She's having a little sand wedge.
because she'd mentioned something about being hungry earlier,
I think they're going for lunch.
and then it was a sand wedge because she was in sand and had wedged her pants up her. I don't know.
I'm drowning.
Yeah, so that wasn't the only bit of comedy that fell flat. There were a lot of jokes. There's a lot of like situational comedy that just didn't quite work.
There's a couple of jokes told by the characters to each other that are terrible.
There ought to be a law against hiring a nanny that looks like that.
Yeah, the Jude law.
And then the rest is, just lame situational comedy.
Yeah, so like one of the bits that was really played up for laughs, but I didn't find funny at all, was that Charlotte has a miscarriage.
That doesn't happen.
Yes, it does. That's why she's all mopey in Abu Dhabi. Oh no, that's in the first film.
My God! No, she's unhappy in Abu Dhabi because she has a really big-breasted nanny. And it's difficult. What did she say? How do the people who don't have help cope?
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Mothers are so strong. Yeah, so you're not being one.
Yeah.
She's running from mum issues. She doesn't have a miscarriage, anyone. That's he's making it up.
No, that's in the first film.
It's not.
It is, yeah, because that's why they take her on Big and Carrie's honeymoon, because Big doesn't go to the wedding,
Right.
and so the girls go on the honeymoon, and part of the... Oh, there's a massive fucking dog eating me. Oh.
You got a CD in it? Oh, no, wait. No, I can't. I told you this gun's terrible at close range. That's my
You
guard dog.
summoned your guard dog on my head.
Oh.
Call me back in.
That's funny, because you were like, there's a dog eating me.
No, call me back in,
No,
not
I
ammo.
pressed the wrong one. You said there's a dog eating me, and then my guard dog drone landed on you? What's an SH-32? Is that yours?
Yeah,
Is that your shield?
yeah. You can have one if you want.
No, I don't want one. I got this.
Anyway. Yeah, so they go on the honeymoon and take Charlotte, and she's sad because she miscarried. Sorry, that was the first film. Yeah, this film, she's struggling because she's got the big-breasted Irish nan nanny character who doesn't wear a bra ever, even though she's got massive breasts, so just must be really horribly uncomfortable, especially considering the amount of jumping up and down that she does.
I've just remembered your problems with Miranda's husband as well. Just thinking of the families in the film.
Steve, hey, Miranda, you know how you're a really high-powered lawyer? Do you want to come and snuggle with me in the dark on the couch? It can be fun, I own a bar.
She quits her job because there's a guy who goes like that to her.
Yeah.
Do you not think that female empowerment in this film would have been better represented by her not just quitting, but actually overcoming the boss somehow?
Well, I thought that's what was going to happen.
But then I guess it frees her up to go to Abu Dhabi if you do it this way. So
Yay!
Abu Dhabi basically facilitates them all being weak women. Put it this way, Carrie is exceptionally morally weak, kissing Aiden.
Yeah. Not Erin. That would have been a very different film and I'd have watched that.
Charlotte has to be running away from problems being a mum because she can't do it without help, but can't do it anyway, right? So
And
it
also-
shows how weak she is.
And
as
also
a
the
female
help is really young and
archetype.
sexy, so...
Yeah, exactly. So it's sort of like, ooh, that's like anti-feminist. She's not tough. She's not strong psychologically or anything like that. Miranda quits a job rather than overcoming it, showing her to be basically just...
And she needs a break from Steve, because, hey, they've
You want to go on holiday with me or with your happy friends? You can do better than the raptor.
Oh no, she is the raptor.
No, she's the pterodactyl.
You can do better than the pterodactyl.
That's how they started dating, was he was just walking down the street minding his business. She came along, plucked him up with her talons, and took him back to her nest. Anyway, and
He used to be
Samantha,
paleontologist and just dug her out of the sand in like outer Mongolia.
she's frozen in ice. That's why she's still alive. But she is steadily decaying. And Samantha's only in Abu Dhabi because her ex-boyfriend phoned up and said, hey, I can get you to Abu Dhabi.
So yeah, she's just sort of mercenary.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, was always her character. So, again, Samantha's the most consistent. She's the most believable character.
No, but for that to be possible, she has to have broken up with him very inconsistently in the first film.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was trying to sum up, like, the male characters in this film, and I'd forgotten Steve until you mentioned him. So, yeah, you've
What
got...
about the bald-headed man? He's not really in this movie.
He's all right, but he looks at the breasts on the nanny.
Oh, yeah.
It seems it wasn't only the children that were captivated by Charlotte's Irish nanny and her lucky charms.
He always plays that Irish music really offensively every time she's on the screen.
God, yeah.
Off.
Oh, hello there! I've got massive breasts. Doodly doodly doodly.
Oh, do you remember though that like the reason why it's not a problem in the end is not because Charlotte's overcome it or had a word with her or like become convinced that her husband loves her. It's that the nanny is a lesbian. That means everything is now fine.
Yeah, I'd forgotten that point. Thank you for reminding me. Just something else to be depressed about. This miserable film. 2.5 hours I had to sit through. Sex and the City 2.
That again, her just being a lesbian is just like what we saw in Wild Wild West. It's just like, circumstance means that it's not a problem.
Yeah, Charlotte, do you need to overcome these? No? Oh, she's a lesbian.
No one actually overcomes the problem. In fact, how does Carrie overcome her problem? By Big rewarding her for her infidelity.
Yeah.
She doesn't have to deal with it in any way.
I like the way
she's a bit sad for about 15 minutes, isn't
I
she?
like the way the film ends with Big saying, I'm very sorry I bought you a thoughtful but slightly misguided present. Have some jewellery.
Does Miranda resolve... Yeah, I guess she's already resolved her problem.
She starts
by
her own
running away from
firm
it.
full of hipsters? Is that how it ends? I
Really?
seem to remember.
See, I've seen this film like 4 times.
Oh,
I don't remember that.
She joins a firm of hipsters and they
Oh,
don't shoot
Christ,
the
we're not...
hostages.
Oh, sorry. Follow? And I'll let you do that.
You're not the Americans. Miranda either joins or starts a law firm where they're all hipsters and they're on the roof at the end, I seem to remember.
Oh,
Do you remember
God,
that?
yeah. In fact, I only noticed it in this watch, and you said, is that her law firm? They all look about 20. Or I said that, I don't remember. Someone said that.
Get them while they're young.
I just kind of wish Big had a better time of things. He has just the worst life.
I feel really sorry for Big.
I feel terribly sorry for him because he's married to Sarah Jessica Parker. Yeah. Well, no, and also just that the only way to deal with her infidelity is to buy her things.
You could just take things off the end of that sentence.
And when he tries, he gets it wrong. And he really is trying.
Yeah.
Okay, misguided, sure, but the thought of it was quite an important thing, I felt.
Yeah, well, that's the thing that annoyed me so much, is if the film had established that he was buying it for his own reasons...
You're talking about the TV? Yeah.
Yeah, you see Carrie go into New York and she buys him a Cartier watch and gets it engraved and it's all lovely. And then you see Big bumbling about and he's not really sure what to get, he doesn't know what to do. And then you see him looking through the window of a TV shop and he's like, because the football's playing, he's like, idea!
Yeah,
and
he gets it for myself, but actually we don't see that.
No, we don't. What we see is a very nice scene where they're enjoying snuggling up in bed watching a black and white movie, and then we see Big saying, hey, I bought you a TV so we can watch black and white movies in bed.
So we can continue to keep our relationship together rather than apart, which is the sort of problem they're having, right?
Yeah, and then...
Yeah.
Well, I think
so by doing that, he kind of drives them apart. It's just sort of, oops.
If we're going to give Carrie a little bit of credit, she is getting tired of staying in every night with takeaway with him. She wants to go out and do stuff.
Does Michael Patrick King have a boyfriend who just watches TV or something? You know, what's the deal?
Possibly. I bet he had a gay wedding, though. But yeah, it's just...
It's just a horrible movie. Like, we were talking about the plot. It's kind of immaterial. It's all there just so that you can feel like these characters are nice or something. I don't know.
But they're not. Grenade.
Dying.
Oh, shit.
Help. Cool. I've got a big laser gun, so I'm going to do this.
He's got his shield up.
Alright, let's kill the other two.
Watch out. Oh shit, I'm out of ammo completely.
Don't worry, bro. Got him. Ammo coming in. Yeah, so Chris, what's your score?
Oh,
damn it.
It's hard to score it as a film because it wasn't really one. It was more sort of a collection of scenes.
Good God, I did 3 of them!
Yeah, I had to sacrifice myself. It's sort of like a collection of scenes where women parade around in clothes.
Yeah, they do parade around in clothes. That is what happens in the film. I mean, you can't say that there are any sort of strong points to it other... Butter? You can't say there are any strong points to it other than its showcasing of lots of outfits. I mean, it does that really, really well.
Great costume design. I
mean, I think there's one outfit that Carrie wears where I was like, hey, that looks nice. Because she looks quite normal. I think the makeup makes it worse. That's.
I think it's the glazed over eyes and the sort of.
Oh, it's just that you hate her.
It's the glistening chin whenever anything fashionable comes on the screen.
Glistening chin?
Yeah, she starts drooling at handbags and...
just slick.
Yeah.
What's your score?
Oh yeah, sorry. 0 out of 10.
Into the swamp, there's something over there. Sorry, what?
0 out of 10.
A 0?
Yeah, I just think...
It wasn't a film.
On a technical level, it's fine. I'm sure I remember there being some really shoddy editing and...
I'm not sure what we're after, Chris.
2 sciences are up here.
Are they?
Yeah. You just can't call in your UAVs for in the dead zone. Technically, it was fine. I'm sure there were some instances of slightly odd editing.
The camera work was not bad at all. I mean, it wasn't ever interesting, but, you know, there was no Kurosawa work, but it was not an incompetently made movie.
No, just, like I say, it wasn't even a sort of good vehicle for product placement because they didn't use it for that particularly.
Arabic Pringles.
I couldn't tell you any products that came out of this except for Sobu noodles.
But yeah, not out of 10 for me. I got nothing from it but annoyance and drunk, very horribly drunk.
That means my score's significantly higher.
Brilliant. If you take out the getting me really drunk factor, what's your score?
Oh, well, okay. So as a movie?
Yeah.
Not as an experience. No, I'm going to rate it as an experience because why not? This is what we do. This was a thing to do. If I enjoyed watching it, I can give it a decent score, right?
Yeah.
I kind of love this film because I've never seen anything like it. This is something I can put this on at any time and in the background and kind of enjoy being around it.
Tell you what, can I give my one quick redeeming feature while you
While I think of what to score it.
yeah
While I ruin my reputation forever.
coffee guy.
Oh, coffee guy. So he's again worst idea of all time. Brought him to my attention. Oh my god, he is so hilarious.
Check out how fast coffee guy drinks his coffee.
1 week in Abu Dhabi, all expenses paid.
I've always been fascinated by the Middle East. You know, desert moons, Scheherazade, magic carpets.
It really is exciting. When are you gonna go?
I don't know. When can you all be free? You didn't think I was going without my gals.
What?
I told the sheikh I'd go on one condition. I get to bring my 3 best girlfriends.
Get out of town.
My point exactly.
Dog. Well, you're lucky you've got that guard dog.
Yeah, so it's observations like that I think people who watch it like 50 times, like that's what they're there for, you know. They're there to help you discover these gems, and it's full of those just random rubbish. And you're like, why is that here? I'll give it 4 out of 10.
Okay.
You know, I kind of love it. I can't say it's good, and I can't say it's good that I like it. You know, I understand that's a reputation ruiner, but at the same time, you know, it's nothing quite as awful.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, yeah, pop it on, go on, let's watch this through scatological fascination for how you make something that isn't a film.
Oh, you should just pop Bossing Up back in.
That had a plot at least. I mean, yes, the character motivations were ridiculous. In this, like, the plot derails itself twice.
Yeah.
In service of what? Not even Sex and the City's main objective, which is product placement. It doesn't do it. Oh god, dogs. Sorry, bit preoccupied. Yes, take my laser. Damn it. Dying here. Dog dying, dying dog. I'm up, I'm down. Oh, nice one.
Well, I had it ready,
Do-do-do.
and then you annoyingly survived, and then I got attacked, but luckily managed to call you back in.
Ninja gun, ninja gun, ninja gun. Chris, we've stopped reviewing the film. We're just playing the game.
It's because we're being attacked by things. This review ends when this mission ends. Oh god.
Thanks.
Oh, I'm in the middle of a swamp, that's why.
Alright, I need to go get my... Oh, bugger! I need to get my gun. No! 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 We're dead.